In a world of busy bees and podcasts, oops, wrong script. During the recording of the following podcast, no Democrats, Republicans, actors, chemists, dogs, cats, well, you get the idea, were harmed. However, it has been said some have been offended by the opinions seen and heard here. Oh, and please remember to pull clips out of context.
Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Logan.
Welcome to Shh, It Matters.
Sorry. I'm sorry. We thought you were someone else.
It's so awful. There's no way to even begin to explain what's so awful about it.
Tell me more.
Where's the stuff?
Come on, put a little more into it than that.
This is Craig Uglin.
I'm going to take that clip now.
I bet you will. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Shh, It Matters.
I'm going to steal your line, Craig, and the train is coming off the rails.
You sneaker.
I want you to
I'm
say
not
it
going
too.
to talk to you when the
I
camera's
want you
off.
to say it too.
The train is coming off the rails. You're...
Bill Maher says the pandemic is over. You shouldn't have to wear masks.
What?
Bill Maher is a smart guy this time around.
Really?
You know,
I can't imagine that. I can't believe that came out of your mouth.
No, Bill Maher's a smart guy.
He's a very smart.
He's a very, very smart guy.
Agree with him or not? He's a
Yes.
very smart person.
You said it right before we went on, and I had to do it. I had to open with it. It's coming off the rails when Bill Maher comes out and says this because he's starting to see. He was woke, now he's awake. Can we say that maybe even?
Yeah. And this was dated 10/31/2021.
Yes.
I think that's important.
Talk show host Bill Maher railed against COVID restrictions and declared the pandemic is over. The Real Time with Bill Maher host discussed ongoing pandemic measures with a panel on Friday night and said people no longer need to wear masks. He said, just resume living. I know some people seem to not want to give up the wonderful pandemic, but you know what? It's over. There he said it. It's got to be true.
Maybe
I would agree with him.
Maybe he's realizing his fan base is dwindling. He's got to go for another fan base. I don't know. He doesn't. I'm not sure how concerned he is with his fan base. He's a smart enough guy to like. I think he's wanting to. I think it started out that way, but I think at this point in his career and his age, he doesn't care. Yeah.
Specifically to pander to a fan base. Anymore. For sure he did in the past, but
yeah.
So he says there's always going to be a variant. You shouldn't have to wear a mask. I haven't had a meeting with my staff since March of 2020. Why? Maher continued. Also, vaccine, mask, pick one. You've got to pick. You can't make me mask if I've had the vaccine. The host then turned to Senator Chris Coons, a Democrat in Delaware, and said it was Democrat lawmakers who continued to enforce COVID-related restrictions and mandates.
Well, that's a duh statement.
Maher added, I travel in every state now, back on the road, and the red states are a joy, and the blue states are a pain in the butt.
Apple.
For no reason, he says.
Pretty big statements he's making here.
It's pretty big, pretty powerful.
Yeah. I mean, he's not a doctor or anything, but...
Nobody was vaccinated. He did get COVID. He did also, start to see some of these things that are happening. He's traveling again. I've not stopped traveling, and I don't know. I'm sitting here okay. I would absolutely agree. They've blown this up. They've hung on to it for far too long. This is a wildly out of control situation, and for why?
They've tested their control theories.
They have tested them. They've been semi-successful, I maybe should say.
and it's starting. They pushed it too far, and so I think that's really important to note when somebody like Bill Maher says to Senator Coons, a Democrat in Delaware, which would be his fan base,
right,
and say, "Nah, you're wrong, bud."
Well, and there's the sound bites out there, but they're not sound bites. They're comments from our president, and I will not mandate masks. I will not mandate vaccines.
Wait, our current president said that?
Our current president has made those comments, and they're video. They're not sound bites. He's made those comments. Yeah.
The United
What's
States.
going to happen in
President
January?
Biden.
Yes. And what's going to happen in January? They're putting vaccine mandates on every business over 100 employees.
And you know what? It's going to be every business under 100 employees in
February or March.
Right.
Yep.
It won't stop.
No, it's not going to stop until people push back. And it's interesting who's pushing back. And the airlines, the pilots. If our trucking industry pushes back, when we talked about that last week, our economy will come to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
And then watch out. You want to see some pissed off people.
It's already pretty bad. I mean,
It is.
There's things, missing. There's things Amazon are like, we don't have it. We should, but we don't.
Can't get it.
Yep. And so you start to see things like that. Costco had to start, leasing their own ships, cargo ships or whatever, container ships, I think they're called.
They haven't had the good toilet paper in a month. That is a crisis.
That is a crisis. And because they've run out a few times.
Oh, gosh, yeah. A year and a half ago, it
because
was...
COVID makes you crap a lot. I mean, let's just be...
Or it just makes people crazy.
I'd go with the crazy part. So I'm frankly happy to see this. I think that people should be aware of what's happening and aware that COVID is real. People should be aware of the consequences if you have some underlying conditions. People should be aware of what the vaccine does that's good. People should be aware of what the vaccine does that's bad. People should just simply be aware and not be forced into a corner and not have enough transparency, because it pads the pockets, aka fills them with cash, of the people who are pushing the mandates in every aspect of this.
And if you've had it...
Change my mind.
Change my mind. I love that meme. And if you've had it, don't shame people that haven't had it or feel otherwise, have different opinions on it. Stop shaming other people for not believing what you believe. Have a dialogue, but stop shaming people.
It's backfiring.
It is backfiring.
Yeah, and Bill Maher has shamed people.
Oh, absolutely.
And not just for comedy.
No.
But
heartfelt shaming.
Yes. And so now he's coming around, and is there going to be an apology from him next? I mean, is this kind of an apology?
We'll have a special on that if it happens.
Right?
But
you know what I'm saying.
What's happening in this world?
Yeah. I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see this, because he was, for a lot of these things that he is now saying, you had your time, you blew it,
2 weeks.
You weren't being honest,
just 2
all
weeks.
of it. Yep.
It's interesting. He's not the only one. I mean, we talked about the Chappelle stuff last week and how Jon Stewart was backing Dave Chappelle, and how all of these folks that presented themselves as very progressive have really backed off. And I don't know if it's they're seeing the light or if they're seeing the fallout of having those thoughts or catering to that group of people. I don't know what their motivation for their change of mind is, but it's interesting to see the change. I don't know if it's coming to heart or whatever you want to call it, the fancy terms, but they're coming around, maybe. At least
they're circling back to reality.
Circle back. Yeah, maybe they're realizing that the extreme positions aren't going to pay the bills. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make a society work very well.
No, it doesn't.
You know, that's been clearly.
Maybe they stepped back and did their own research.
It's possible.
Maybe.
Peace out.
Okay, so I'll see you later, huh? I'll give you a call.
Hammer the share button. Go ahead and hammer out a comment to us. Go ahead and hammer the like button. Go ahead and hammer the subscription button. Go ahead and hammer the notification bell so that when we have new content up, you're the first to know about it. We really appreciate the comments, shares, likes, because you know what? That's the best way you can support us, because the algorithms on all these fancy computers, that's what they need. We appreciate it.